All right, y'all, so I'm back again with another story time. This one is really gonna be quick, y'all, because I say this about all my story times and we ended up being a lot. But nah, this story time is about the time that your girl got laced. Okay, laced, baby. So this story time was my grandma on the toilet, y'all. She on the toilet. Mommy on the toilet. Right, we getting right into the video. So y'all, this story time happened in, boy, I don't even know what month this was, but it was last summer, like COVID summer, like COVID last summer, right? So I went out with my cousins because we just refused to be in the house. Like, we some outside bodies. We can't help it, we some outside bodies, period. Okay, so I went out with my cousins, y'all, and basically I took a cab. Well, you know what, none of that shit don't matter, but it was just a struggle to get out because the flex was all the way in the city and they kept changing it and we was getting tight, but whatever. We still pulled up and we went or whatever. Y'all, I get in there, I'm like, hey, where the niggas at? You know, like, where the niggas at? Where the niggas with the money? Where they at? But anyways, y'all, so we in there, and basically my cousin had a friend, like, well, she has a friend. He be selling like edibles and shit like that, right? So, oh my god. So basically I go, my cousin, one of my cousins, she already eaten the edible. Then this other girl who was there, she was also eating the edible, and they was like, oh, like, this shit tastes good, da 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 da, whatever. So here I go. Mind y'all, keep in mind, the person who sells the edibles, they puff pass reefer hell of a lot, so of course their tolerance for weed is hella high. And then poor me, who don't even smoke, or like, who don't even smoke really, like, over here, I was so stupid. I don't know why I did that. But y'all, anyways, moving on. So, you know, I'm there, I'm like, oh, can I get a cookie? Because he had like the birthday cake cookies. I love me birthday cake cookies. So I was like, oh, let me buy that, like, I'm gonna get that, whatever. Mind you, unemployment was shooting. So, you know, bitches is feeling rich big rich. I'm like, oh, let me get that money, I don't know what I'm talking about. And he's just like, oh, like, I don't have no more, but like, you could have this one, because like I was eating it, so it had like 2 in the pack. So he was eating one and I took the other one. So I'm like, okay, cool, not a problem, y'all. Never again, because let me tell y'all what happened after. So I'm sitting down here, I'm eating this edible, I'm like, oh my god, it tastes so good. My cousin Q, she like, oh, she like, girl, don't eat too much, like, this shit's strong. I'm like, girl, I'm not gonna eat too much, da da da. Y'all, I ate about half the cookie because I didn't think eating half the cookie was gonna be too much. So I ate half the cookie. Y'all, literally, I kid you not, we had ordered Uber Eats, right? So by the time the Uber Eats come, I'm like, all right, I'm feeling a little buzz for me. Y'all, it went from a little buzz to all the way smacked. All the way smacked. Like, when I tell y'all smacked, bro, smacked. Like, it was really bad. So I'm just there, and like, now I'm hearing voices in my head. I'm like, oh my god, like, what is happening to me? Like, I'm like, oh my god, they laced me. And let me tell y'all why I really had thought they laced me too, right? Was because while I'm over here in the corner going crazy on my mind, y'all, I'm talking about the fan is on and I'm feeling the vibration of the fan all through my body. Like every movement I could feel it tenfold. Like my cousin would whisper in my ear, bro, like it would go through my whole body. Like, so I'm just feeling like, oh my god. Then I started feeling like I was having this hella crazy out of body experience, y'all. Yo, that shit was whack. It was whack. It was so bad. It was so bad, you guys, so bad. But I'm having this crazy out of body experience and I'm just like, yo, bro, like this is sick. But this is what really had me feeling like I was laced, was because I'm over here like just looking like, because when I get smacked, my eyes like, they drop mad low. So I'm like, make it worse, I had on them 25mm lashes, looking real like, bitch, can you see? But I could see, I was seeing, y'all. But anyway, so the boy, one boy, he's standing up and he just like laughing. He looking at me, he laughing. He turns to the boy, he like, yo, what you putting that? So I'm like, oh my god, like they laced me. Mind you, it's like I'm hearing them mad clear, but they whispering, but I'm hearing them mad clear because everything was heightened, like everything but my fucking eyesight. Ain't that some shit? So I hear the nigga go, blue cheese. So I'm like, oh my god, he put like coke in my, oh my god. Like I'm thinking this boy done put some coke in here. He done, y'all, like, y'all, I thought I was lace Tisha, okay? All the way lace Tisha, literally. But no, not even but. I'm gonna tell y'all. So now at this point, I'm over here, I'm looking at my cousin, I'm like, I gotta tell you something. So she's like, bro, like, I told you not to eat that shit. You don't listen to me. Now look at you. You mad dumb, bro. Da-da-da. Like, she's blacking on me, y'all. She blacking on me and I'm the one that's least. What you gonna do like that? I would say, she violating me, y'all. She gonna do me like that. So I'm just like, like I'm laced. She's like, what? Like, she not even listening to me. So I end up going to the bathroom, y'all, and I'm just sitting on the toilet and I'm peeing. I'm like, yo, no. I started crying at one point. I'm like, I'm laced. I'm like, they laced me. They put something in the cookie. They laced me. I heard them talking about it. They laced me. And I'm like, oh my god, this is what my mom always be telling me about. Girls, don't be doing that stuff. They gonna get you. I'm like, mama, they ain't gonna get me. Why they gonna get me like that? They not gonna get me. Bitch, they got me. The fuck? Like, that shit got me tight. But anyway, so like I said, at this point now, we in the bathroom and I'm telling my cousin, I'm like, yeah, they laced me. Like, I know they laced me. Like, whoopty whoop, whatever. And she just like, yeah, like, you're bugging, you're tweaking, you're not laced. Like, please relax. Like, you're ODing. Like, calm down. I'm like, no, they laced me. Like, you don't understand. They laced me. So she just like, all right, fine. Like, whatever. So I keep telling her, I'm like, it's a pill in my throat. I feel it. She's like, what the fuck? Like, are you talking about? I'm like, I have to get the pill out my throat. Like, get me some water. I'm going to drink the water and the water's going to take the pill out my throat. She's like, yeah, there's no pill in your throat. Like, what are you talking about, yeah? I'm like, no, it's there. You have to get me the water. I have to get the pill out my throat. The pill is in my throat. It's moving. Yeah, anyways, more or less, we end up getting in a cab because they was like, nah, we gotta take her home. Like, she's tweaking. So we hop in a cab, we go home. Yeah, you know what's so crazy? Why I don't remember how we got all the way back to Alaya. Did we go to the east and then go to thing? I think we then went to the east and then spun back and came to Alaya. So yeah, that's what we did. Anyways, so we end up calling the Uber. We leaving, we going down the stairs. I'm over here mad paranoid. I'm holding on to the thing. I'm still telling him I'm laced. I'm like, he laced me. He put something in the stuff. Like, I know he did. Like, y'all, I'm never gonna be the same again. Like, I'm not the same person after this. Like, I'm gonna go crazy. Like, I'm gonna be in a mental asylum. You guys gotta come see me. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm talking mad shit, bro, about being laced. Yeah, tell me why. We get in the Uber. Keep in mind, I was drinking too. And then the McDonald's did taste kind of funny, but I just wasn't too sure. Because at this point, I'm assuming that I'm laced, and that's why, like, everything is playing with me. So, I'm like, I have to throw up. I'm like, I have to get the pill out. I'm like, I have to get the pill out. They want me to throw up. And they was like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, who wants you to throw up? I'm like, the people that laced me, they want me to throw up. God told me I have to throw up to get the pill out my throat. I have to get it out. I have to throw up to get it out. And they like, bro, what the wrong with you, girl? So the Uber driver, like, she has to throw up. She gonna get up the gas. I'm like, pull over right now. I have to get the pill out my throat. I have to get the pill out. Mind y'all, whole time in the car, I'm like, I'm doing that because I swear to y'all, it's like a pill stuck in my throat. Like, I gotta get it out. Boy, I ended up pulling over. I pulled over. So the Uber driver, he pulled over. Boom. Out the car, just blah, 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 blah. I'm like, the pill is still there. I can feel it. It's still there. Y'all, I ended up falling asleep. Then I ended up falling asleep in that Uber ride because, like, I was just so fucking laced. I ended up falling asleep. And then after I fell asleep, we woke up. Me and Shy got into our own Uber to come back to Alaya. And then I woke up the next day. I was like, I will never eat an edible again in my life. Literally in my life, I would never eat another edible in my life. And since that day, y'all, Walay, I've never touched another edible. Like, that shit had me paranoid because I really felt like I was laced to the point of no return. And I was like, nah, it's no way I feel like this right now. I cannot eat another edible because I don't ever want to feel like this in my life. So now I just stick to drinking because y'all know, big tequila. It's big tequila. Big tequila. Big tequila. You already know. Anyways, y'all, that was my story time on the time that I was laced. Because I was, period. I still think they laced me. I think they gave me a temp lace. Is that, can you give me a temp lace? They temporary laced me, no kissy. And I know y'all probably wondering, like, bitch, why you got a hat on in your house? Y'all, I got a pimple on my forehead. I got a pimple on my forehead. I was like, fuck out of here. They not seeing that, bro. But anyways, y'all, thank you for watching my story. And we out.